Some people say fear is just imagination, that if you don't see anything, nothing is really there. But what if the house hears you first? What if something notices that you're alone and curious and just old enough to be afraid? This is the story of John in the attic he never slept in again. They say most hauntings don't start with screams. They start small. A creak, a footstep, a sound you explain away because admitting the truth feels worse. For John, the fear came in waves. 3 nights in a row, each one worse than the last. And after the 3rd night, he was done. When John was a kid, his family rented a house in Roseville, Minnesota. His sister claimed all the bedrooms. That left the attic. It was big, finished, warm, and quiet. To a 12-year-old, it felt like freedom. An entire floor to himself. No sharing, no noise, just him and the space above the house. The first night felt normal. No phone, no clock, no outside sounds. Just a house settling into sleep. Until deep into the night, he heard footsteps. Soft at first, careful, like someone testing the stairs. Then heavier, clearer, coming up into his room. John froze. The footsteps got closer and closer until they reached the top of the stairs and stopped. No breathing, no whisper, no movement, just silence. Eventually, he convinced himself it was nothing and he fell asleep. It wasn't nothing. The second night, he wasn't even thinking about the attic. He was drifting off to sleep when the doorknob downstairs turned. Click. The hinges creaked. The door at the bottom of the stairs opened. Someone or something was coming up. The door shut. Footsteps climbed the stairs. Slow, heavy, intentional. They reached the top. Then his blanket moved. Just slightly. Just enough to feel it sliding down on its own. John didn't open his eyes. He didn't breathe. He stayed frozen until exhaustion won. In the morning, he acted like nothing happened. The 3rd night changes everything. It started with something impossible. The dishes downstairs began washing themselves. No plates settling, no random noise. Actual washing. Water running, plates clanking, dishes being set on a rack. Exactly how his mother washed dishes. Except she was asleep. The sound stopped, then started again. The downstairs door opened. The knob turned. The hinges creaked. Footsteps climbed toward him. Louder, heavier, closer than ever. John thought to himself, I'm done. I can't do this. So he did the only thing a kid in the 90s could think of. He turned on his Super Nintendo. The TV lit the attic. The game loaded. Mario appeared. But John didn't play. He just stared at the screen. His heart pounding so loud, he felt that the house could hear it. The footsteps stopped, but the fear didn't. He whispered to himself, I'm gonna die unless I run for it. He counted to himself. 1, 2, 3, run! But his body wouldn't move. Finally, after many tries of saying to himself, his body finally moved and he bolted down the stairs, panic all over his face. He burst into his parents' room, yelling, "There's a ghost upstairs. There's a ghost upstairs. I don't want to sleep there anymore." They didn't believe him. They actually got angry at him, told him to go back to bed, but he refused. Instead, he ran to his oldest sister's room, the farthest place from the attic door that he could think of. She wouldn't let him into her bed, so he slept on her bedroom floor for the rest of the night, terrified, but safe enough. After the third night, he never slept in the attic again. Years later, after the family moved out, the truth followed them. John's father was interviewing a job applicant at their company when he noticed the address, the same rental house they used to stay in at Roseville, Minnesota. He mentioned it casually. The applicant's face changed. He leaned in and asked, "Did you ever experience anything strange in that house?" John's dad said no. The man continued anyway. "We heard footsteps going to the attic every night, back and forth. It scares my kids so badly that we nailed the attic door shut." Then he added something worse. "When I shaved in the bathroom, I always felt someone behind me. One morning I looked, something was there watching me." Upset that I was shaving in its bathroom, John's father said nothing. He didn't have to. Every time John tells his story, the hair on his arms still stands up. He remembers every sound, every step, every second of fear. People can say it was imagination or a dream, but John knows the difference. Because whatever was in the attic didn't want him there. And if he would have stayed, it might have wanted more.